What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another video, man. Oh, excuse me. And today I am going to preview and predict Monday night's national championship game. You have the number one ranked and SEC champions, the LSU Tigers, against the number three ranked and ACC champions, the Clemson Tigers, yo. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on Instagram or send me a friend request on Facebook, I'm gonna have my Instagram and my Facebook information down in the description box. Come give me a follow on the gram. Come send me a request on the book. Come holler at your boy, yo. Woo, man, we finally here, man. We finally here, man. I've been waiting for LSU to play in a game like this, man, obviously for 8 years, yo. Before let's see. First, taking a look at the Clemson Tigers, man. I mean, what can you say, bro? Obviously they coming in, man. A 29 game. I think it's 29 game winning streak. Um, the number three team in the country, but obviously, man, it basically was three number one teams in the country this year in LSU, Clemson, and Ohio State, man. It was all 1A, 1B, and 1C, yo. They led by head coach, man, Dabo Swinney, man, who I think has just done a tremendous job, man. I like him a whole lot as a head coach. Similar to the Coach O route, he was never really been a coordinator, man. Was a wide receiver coach, became the interim coach at Clemson when the last coach got fired, and he's built that program into just an elite of all elite of programs, basically, man. Just a big time coach, man. Big time coach, big time recruiter. And I think even like going in the next season, they got the number one recruiting class for next season. So, the guy is big time, man. Legendary status. Their quarterback, man, Trevor Sunshine Lawrence, man, who is amazing also, man. I mean, he's going to be next year's number one pick in the draft, man. And he showed me something in that Ohio State game, man. I knew obviously he had all the tools to be a great NFL quarterback, tall, great arm, but I found out that he's a little more mobile, you know what I'm saying? The way that he hit that 67-yard run. I'm watching him with that run and I'm like, all right, I see you. And then his toughness, man, like he was getting hit in that game, man. Particularly that hit by Wade, man. When he was out for basically a play. A big time player, man. Somebody we definitely, gotta be wary of, man. The guy is big time, man. Running back Travis Etienne, man. Shout out to him. Jennings, Louisiana native, man. Jennings is not that far from where I'm from. Big time player, man. A guy who's just worked on his game, man. Now I see he's even stronger now, man. Always knew he had that burst, but now he's running with some real power, man. Big time running back, man. At first couple of weeks of the year, it was looking like he would have been possibly the Heisman Trophy winner, man. So a big, and with him, he didn't really run the ball particularly well against Ohio State, but he caught the ball well, and made some big explosive plays for him. A guy that could take the ball and take it to the house on any given play. On the offensive line, man, they got a guy like John Simpson, man, who, is a big time player, man. The All-American player, could really get things done, man. Great blocker, especially in the run blocking game. Big time player, man. And they wide receivers, man. T. Higgins and Justin Ross, man. Basically first round wide receivers, man. Those guys in the championship game last year just completely shredded Alabama, man. And coming into this year, doing this season, they've done their thing again, man. Those guys are big time receivers, man. All of these players are NFL players, man. When you look at the defensive side of the ball, defensive coordinator Brett Venables, who is very good defensive coordinator, one of the most well respected defensive coordinators in all of college football. you know, he did a number on Alabama's offense last year in the championship game, man. That offense was rolling and, riding high, and, Clemson basically put the clamps on him, man. So he is capable of coming up with some stuff. As far as the players, man, they got some young guys on the defensive line. Freshman Tyler Davis, though, he's pretty good, man. He's just a freshman, but he's gonna make a name for himself too, like the guys like the Christian Wilkins and Dexter Lawrence's and those guys basically the interior guys. Linebacker, man, obviously they got the best linebacker in the country, man. Isaiah Simmons, the Buckets Award winner, gonna be a top 10, maybe even top 5 pick in the NFL draft. The guy is just not even human, man. I mean, when you think about his size, his speed, and his athleticism, he is like a created player at linebacker, man. Like, how you go into video games and you create a player, you put him tall, strong, and very fast. That's Isaiah Simmons, man. Big time player. And in the secondary, man, they got a guy, a cornerback in AJ Terrell, who had a big time performance in this game last year. Had a pick 6, like real early in the game, which set the tone for Clemson defensively. So obviously, man, and this team just absolutely ran through the ACC. Showed a lot of toughness and heart the way they came back against Ohio State and got the victory. So obviously, man, this is a championship team. And of course, man, when you look at my LSU Tigers, man, led by head coach O, man, who has just been, I mean, what else can you say about Coach O, man? The guy is just relentless, man. The way that he recruited not only players but coaches, the way that he sets the tone with the whole program, it's, pouring out confidence but hard work and determination at the same time. It's not a confidence where we just gonna show up and expect to win. It's a confidence that we gonna bust our behinds, behind the scenes. So when we go out there, we gonna put a great product on the field. Shout out to Coach O, man. Louisiana through and through. Just seems like an absolute perfect fit, man. When a lot of people, including myself, wanted other candidates like me, I wanted Jimbo. Some people wanted Herman, but clearly we picked the right guy, man. Coach O. Shout out to him, man. Offensively, Steve Ensminger and Joe Brady, man, have obviously done a tremendous job with this offense, man. Joe Brady coming in with the New Orleans Saints passing schemes, and Steve Ensminger right there on side of him, and they put together just basically a perfect game plan offensively, it seems like, every week, man. And when you look at the players, man, obviously at quarterback, you got Heisman Trophy winner Jambalaya Joe Burrow, man. Man, like this guy, when you think about it, man, he has 55 passing touchdowns. The college football record in a single season of all time is 58, led by Colt Brennan in Hawaii. But Colt Brennan, those guys never ran the ball, and he didn't have to play like, Western Athletic Conference, opponents. Jambalaya Joe is doing this in the SEC against top 10 teams with a running game, yo. Like, that is amazing. If he throws 4 touchdowns, he has the single season record, not only for possibly completion percent, unless he just comes out not completing any passes, but also for passing touchdowns, in a season. He throws 5. He has a chance to get to 60. That's amazing, man. The guy is just number 1 pick in the draft, man. Guy is amazing, yo. Offensive line, man. The offensive line won the Joe Moorhead Award for best offensive line in the country. Lloyd Cushenberry, man. Damian Lewis is dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury, but all indications is that he's going to go out there and play. Adrian McGee, Sadiq Charles, Austin Deculus. Those guys are amazing, man. Nothing we do on offense could get going without the run blocking and the pass protection of these guys up front, man. Shout out to them, yo. The receivers, man. I mean, they basically have 3 first-round picks at wide receiver, man. Led out by Biletnikoff Award winner Jamar Chase, who's just been spectacular this season, man. And then what's so funny, he had a quiet game against Oklahoma, and then you got Justin Jefferson. Like, in the slot, the guy basically came to LSU as a two-star recruit. I didn't really know who he was until last season when he, again in the Miami game when he was out there making a couple of catches. Big time player, slot receiver, projected to be a first round draft pick this season. And then you have arguably the most talented out of all of them in Terrence Marshall. The guy is 6'4", and could run and catch, man. Big time. I mean, this receiving core is ridiculous, man. And then that tight end, Thaddeus Moss, Randy Moss' son, he's big time also, man. He took one to the house last week. And in the backfield, man, it looks like we're going to have our stud running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, is going to be, full go. Fortunately, we didn't really need him like that against Oklahoma. He got a couple of touches, but, we put him on the shelf. With 16 days basically to get ready for this game, you would expect him to be out there and be fully healthy and ready to roll, man. Another guy who, it was like a 3-star recruit who, me personally, when the season started, I wanted to see more of the freshmen of John Emery Jr. 5-star and Terrion Davis Price 4-star. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been tremendous, man. He earned himself a lot of money coming into the NFL draft, man. Big time player, yo. Defensive side of the ball, man. On the D line, man, we got guys like, Rashard Lawrence, who came back his senior year and doing big things. Tyler Shelvin up front, Brandon Fayeko, all those guys are handling their business, especially against the run. And then the rush ends, man. Clavion Chason, who is a guy who's a future first round pick in the draft, man. And he's starting to look like he's starting to come into his own too, getting in the backfield after the quarterbacks. We get Michael Divinity Jr. back, man, who's been suspended like the last 6 games, missed the last 6 games, since that. Been out since before the Alabama game, man. Was leading us in sacks before he went out. That's a big boost to the defense, man. Getting after the quarterback and just having his veteran leadership out there. Patrick Queen, who's just super fast linebacker, Jacob Phillips and those guys. And then when you go into the secondary, man, at safety, you got Jim Thorpe Award winner, top 10 pick in the draft, Grant Delpit, finally healthy, out there running around, making plays, doing this thing. On the outside at corners, Christian Fulton, first round draft pick, handle this business on corner. And at the other corner, you have first team All-American, future possibly like top 5 pick in the draft, and Derek Stingley Jr. And he's just a freshman. And you also have a 5-star back there in Ja'Cory Stevens, and another 4-star in the slot in Kerry Vincent Jr. I mean, this LSU team is just loaded, man. And you have, arguably the best defensive coordinator. These may be the 2 best defensive coordinators in all of college football. As they have Brett Venables and we have Dave Aranda. Dave Aranda is somebody that's quietly not really being talked about much going into this game. Everything is Brett Venables. How he gonna come up with a way to stop LSU offense. But people forgetting about Dave Aranda, man. Dave Aranda, is an opportunity to come up with something to slow down Clemson's offense also, yo. Now looking at when both teams have the ball, man, when you look at Clemson's running game against LSU's run defense, obviously Travis Etienne is a big time running back. You would expect him to, make some plays. LSU has actually been solid against the run. The thing with LSU is every now and then they'll give up, but the exception really of the Alabama and the Ole Miss game, LSU has been really good against the run, man. Auburn popped like 2 long runs, but other than that, they didn't run the ball consistently on LSU. So LSU has actually been very, very good against the run. But, Travis Etienne is a very good running back, man. We went up against one in Najee Harris, and Najee Harris had a good game, man. So, It's curious to see how it go. I think LSU could contain them at times, but it's gonna be tough. You would expect Etienne to make some plays out there. LSU's pass defense against Clemson's pass defense. I like if Clemson's receivers are lining up on the outside against Fulton, and if Ross and Higgins are lining up outside against Fulton and Stingley. I like LSU's ability to make some plays, man. I think they could do their thing, man. They could handle their business. The problem is where LSU struggles at in pass defense is when people put receivers in the slot. Because one thing Aranda doesn't do, he doesn't make Fulton and Stingley cover the slot. He'll leave it to Kerry Vincent, Jacoby Stevens, and all those guys, man, basically. So yeah, you would think Clemson gonna score some points in this game. I think LSU defense could come up with some stops, because Dave Aranda is a great defensive mind and LSU has talent everywhere. But Clemson is an explosive offense, so you expect them to score some points. When you look at the other side of the ball, man, when you look at LSU's run game against Clemson's run defense, I know Tyler Davis is a big boy, man. Really good freshman. Isaiah Simmons. I don't know if he's more. I think he's more of a play in space type of linebacker as opposed to like somebody who's gonna just come as a thumper, who's gonna just make like 15 to 20 tackles. Taking on a run game. I see, and J.K. Dobbins really busted some big runs against them last week. I think a healthy Clyde Edwards-Helaire could have a big day against them, running the football, man. When you look at LSU's pass offense against Clemson's pass defense, I mean, with all due respect to Clemson, man, I know they got some good players over there. Nobody could cover at all of LSU's receivers, man. The only team I think had a chance to make it really tough is Ohio State because, they got guys like Okudah, Arnett, Wade. They got real good first round pick type of cover corners. And I don't know if Clemson quite have those type of corners to keep up with these LSU receivers as long as Jambalaya Joe have time to throw the ball, man. So obviously you would expect both teams to really score. You expect this to be a high scoring game, man. Which leads to my prediction. I got all the respect in the world for Clemson, like I mentioned, man. Those guys are amazing, man. What they did to Alabama last year, like really made me raise my eyebrows. I ain't never seen a Nick Saban team get beat that bad like that before. They on the 29 game win streak. They come in with all the experience. A big time win against a really good Ohio State team. But man, LSU is just too good. Like this offense, the defense is going to play a little better than people think. I mean, the crowd, the fact that it's New Orleans, man, like the city going to be the state going to be jumping, man. Those guys, LSU has been battle tested all year, man. Going through the gauntlet of a schedule they had to go through. Winning. I know they ended up not being very good, but at the time, Texas was a top 10 team, winning on the road over there, beating Florida at home, beating Auburn at home, winning at Alabama in Tuscaloosa when nobody did it in years. Beating Georgia basically in a road game in the SEC Championship, just absolutely taking apart Oklahoma. I don't think this LSU team could be stopped this season, man. And I think they came too far to fall short now. Honestly, man, I felt like Ohio State defense could have given LSU's offense some trouble. I don't think Clemson's defense will, man. Now, I think they're going to score on us because they great. They prolific. But I don't think they stop LSU, man. I got the LSU Tigers beating the Clemson Tigers. I'm going to go with a score of 41-31, yo. Like I said, man, I just think LSU is just on a mission this season, man. This team, unlike the 2011 team that went to the championship game and got blown out by Alabama, when you had all of the Jordan Jefferson, Jared Lee drama dividing the fan base, dividing the team. and it showed in that championship game. This team is together, man. Unlike that team, this team is together. Coach O ain't gonna let this team relax. This team is gonna come out prepared and ready to play. I got the LSU Tigers beating the Clemson Tigers 41-31 to take home the national championship game. To take home the national championship. And man, that would be amazing. That would be amazing, yo. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, hit the like button for your boy and give me a subscribe, man. I'm gonna have LSU content and NCAA content throughout the year. Also, this coming Monday, Tuesday, I will have a live Q&A from 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific. But on this coming Monday, I will do a pregame, pep rally / live Q&A at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm gonna do it for about an hour, 2 hours prior to the game, up till about an hour to the game, man. Come on there. LSU fans welcome, Clemson fans welcome, other fans welcome. Come on there, just release some energy, have fun, talk to your boy, ask me questions, make comments, let me know what you're doing, how you preparing for the game. Y'all come enjoy it with your boy Monday, man, before the game start to get ready for this epic showdown we about to see, yo. It'll be Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be live. Come holler at me for about an hour, for 2 hours, up to an hour before the game start. But until then, man, y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers.